Stephen always laughed. My role there was quite a wide one. Well, we all sort of chipped in a lot of things, but mainly it was a sort of fitness and rehab of the players, making sure that as many players as possible were sort of kept in optimum condition as such. Prevention injuries is a big thing. As a group, the whole lot of us, Declan, McCarran and Fuzzy as well, we were very proud that we had very little injuries. We had good warm-ups and Decky's warm-ups and that. And so it was really injury prevention and rehab injuries. Fitness, we bit of nutritional advice, doing group sessions, sort of individual fitness programs. And again, just sort of helping out whatever way we could. So it was pretty wide sort of scope, but thoroughly enjoyable.
So going on to the UEFA Cup 2006 campaign, will you tell me your personal memories of Gothenburg away first of all?
Gothenburg away was an amazing experience. They go to a European competition, they go again, hometown club, and the club I supported as a boy was amazing, and the stadiums. So one of the funnier things, actually, a wee story about it, was the night before when we were in Gothenburg, the night before the game, Sean Hargan had a bit of an injury on his shoulder. So I had the Declan McCarran, the Fuzzy, hadn't travelled, so I had it's what we call an interferential machine, which sort of passes a wee bit of electrical current through your body. So we were treating Sean the night before, and the machine actually broke a wee bit. The button stuck, which meant that the voltage that went on them shot away up. So we ended up jumping right across the hotel room into a whole panic. But I often joked with him the next night when he scored that gave him a couple of extra inches to get up for that header and scored. So that was just a wee sort of antidote at the time. That was quite funny. But no, it was an amazing experience. They go into the stadium, they see the Derry fans there in the street that day before, and the whole preparation. It's something that you sort of, when you're watching a club and you don't know, as an Irish club, you're wondering, are you ever going to see something like that? And they play against, they had players from World Cups and so on. They'd won the UEFA Cup twice, which was a big experience. So to go out there and beat them on their home patch was something special.
And now your memories of the Gretna first game, obviously the Gretna away game. What's your memories of that?
Gretna, the first game in Gretna. Probably realistically, outside your sort of family things like your children and your marriage and that, it's probably one of the best nights of my life. Again, the fans that night was something that'll always stick in my head. Just up behind the goal, there was 3,000 fans, and it felt like 10,000. They go to away game and probably out. The noise, the outweigh the home fans was amazing, but it was just such a special night. Again, we prepared well. The boys were confident we could have won. Nobody really gives a chance. And they not only won, but they won in the style we won. They scored the goals that we scored, and just the whole experience. It was something I'll never forget.
Again, your kind of role thing. How difficult was it for you personally, being so close to the players from the city and all that, to ensure they stuck to the regime that you had into place?
Well, I suppose it was difficult in a way, and in a lot of ways it wasn't difficult because there was a lot of good professionals there. They were very professional, and Stephen installed the professionalism, and me and Paul Higgett and Declan and Kieran and Declan Devine, we all helped along in what way we could. So it was difficult, and it wasn't. Obviously there were a lot of young guys just starting out their careers, 20, 21, 22, and like anything, again, the football in Ireland was only transitioning from part-time to full-time. So we didn't have the full-time ethos maybe in Ireland for a few years, but thankfully the boys were pretty professional. They looked after themselves. We organised gym membership for them, so they kept themselves in good condition, and I think they've seen the results of when you were fit and when you were strong, that you got the better results on the park. And once we started getting a few results, it was difficult. You're friendly with the boys, and you build up a good relationship with them. But at the same time, they respect you and you respect them, and you have to be professional. We were there for a job at the end of the day as well. As much as we were like a family in some ways, and it was a very emotional because a lot of us were from the city. But at the same time, it was a job, and the boys knew that their job was to go out onto the park and do the job, and thankfully we done it quite successfully.